Navarro asks United Nations agency to halt smear campaign against Dominican Republic. New York, USA. The Foreign Minister, Andrés Navarro, called Monday for an end to what he called international smear campaign with unfounded accusations against immigration reform that runs the Dominican government stuck strictly to the Constitution and respect for human rights. Navarro also called on the Haitian authorities to assume their responsibility with the demand of the Haitians and cease promoting negative campaign against the Dominican Republic. He made the approach to meet the permanent ambassadors to the Latin American and Caribbean group, GRULAC, at the headquarters of the United Nations, accompanied by a Dominican delegation that defended the new immigration policy that includes the National Plan of Adjustment. This initiative has enabled more than 288,000 foreigners registering to gain legal immigration status. I call on the government of Haiti to discontinue the smear campaign against a country like the Dominican Republic, which has amply demonstrated at different junctures his solidarity with the people of the neighboring country, and that is a big lie. The accusation made us in the sense that in the process of regularization human rights are violated without providing a shred of evidence of the situation, said Navarro. The official said the foreign reorganization plan that runs the Dominican government is clad in a deep political will, transparency, democratic way and defend human rights, and that has meant a great economic sacrifice for the facilities granted to they welcome the plan. As we all know, our country is a victim of an intense international campaign to discredit inconsiderate that seeks to harm our image on the basis of negative value judgments against the immigration policy in the country. He said that if the Haitian government wants the welfare of its citizens, the first thing you should do is discontinue these inconsiderate attacks against the Dominican Republic. It is the authority of the neighboring country who did not assume its responsibility to facilitate the proper documentation to Haitians living in the country without legal status. He recalled that when the Dominican government about 2 billion pesos was spent to give participation to the widest possible number of foreigners who wanted to benefit from the reorganization plan, the Haitian government has pledged to install 5 offices in the Republic Dominican for issuing documents to their nationals. They never assumed that responsibly. Instead they waged against the Dominican nation. Speaking to tens of diplomats of that regional bloc, Navarro said the Dominican Republic has made efforts human to resolve the current illegal status of Haitians, and have appealed permanently against the Haitian government to provide documentation of its people, but they did not take that responsibility. He said that under current conditions accusations without evidence held by the government of Haiti to the Dominican Republic, it is unfortunately not possible to resume a frank, open, honest and respectful as we had advanced through the respective bilateral joint commissions. Faced with the claim no evidence of the permanent representative of Haiti to the United Nations, Dennis Regis, who spoke after exposure of the Dominican delegation, in the sense that in the Dominican Republic violated the human rights, Navarro confirmed that the recorded by all reality is that is not true. Neither is when there is talk about statelessness or denationalization. Navarro said that the Dominican Republic cannot accept that the government of Haiti to continue with the international disrepute campaign, while asking to discuss the matter. He said the Dominican government has committed to strengthening bilateral relations with Haiti in recent years, strengthening the Joint Bilateral Commission and sponsoring the business dialogue between the two nations, and yet, the performance of the Haitian government has now removed the conditions for bilateral dialogue. We reiterate here, before you, ambassadors of GRULAC, in the Dominican Republic there is not a single case of statelessness, and reaffirm at once, that if a properly documented case was filed, the Dominican government has the mechanisms and procedures for study and resolve a situation like that, he said. He added that as part of the smear campaign, the ambassador Regis accused the Dominican Republic, before the ambassadors of the UN, of striving to provoke an alleged humanitarian crisis with a plan of massive repatriation of foreigners with irregular status. The Dominican Foreign Minister explained that the Dominican Republic has experienced an upward process of strengthening its rule of law and economic structure over the past 50 years. So today the country is among the most stable in the region, both politically and economically. We have been a society with self-criticism, able to take responsibility and admit our mistakes when it has been necessary, which has allowed us to move forward in the development process, he added. He said that we understand that the Haitian authorities must take a self-critical attitude and recognize the responsibilities they have towards their population, leaving his accusations against the Dominican Republic. He said that thousands of Haitians have decided to leave the country voluntarily, to benefit from the facilities offered by the Dominican government, and that reality guarantees a possible return to the Dominican Republic legally. The officer leading the Dominican delegation, comprising also by the Deputy Minister Alejandro Liriano, responsible for foreign policy, Washington Gonzalez, Deputy Minister of Interior and Police, Joshua Fialo, Advisor of Human Rights of the Presidency of the Republic, and Miguel Medina, Director of Communications MIREX.